Hi, hello everyone. Welcome. This is a special event. Uh, we're behind on this one because life happens. But here we are. It's never too late to tap in and see
Yeah,
how to get through.
it's leap year, so
This leap year.
so
There you go. Maybe that's what's happening. Jeez.
maybe who knows?
Holy
Yeah,
cow. Holy cow. So, for those of you popping in, hello. And this time that we spend, Jason comes on and spends time with us. We're talking about the energies that we're facing this month, and kind of how to navigate and bringing in messages from our guides and other entities. Apparently, um, uh, Jason works as a QHHT, correct?
hmm
Um, and so he gets to talk to a lot of interesting benevolent beings, so that he gets messages from, and then he passes them on to us. So that's exciting.
yeah. I it's so weird. I just it's I don't like set out to say I really want to speak with XYZ whatever, and then it happens, and it's just so um oh um
Rebecca, I love you.
yeah.
For those of you who are just listening, she says, "I'm not drinking tequila, so I'm good. I will be listening closely." You're welcome to have a drink tequila. Hi, Carol. All right, go ahead. So,
um but yeah, it's just interesting, and then it always kind of, obviously it's kind of current topics, events, um, energies, and all that. So, in fact, I think it was good that we're kind of doing this mid-month because
I feel the same. I feel like this is kind of a divine timing situation. And
yeah,
I think that's good. We're kind of doing it mid-month, or at least, yeah. Well, this is a long month. Oh no, it's 29 days. It feels like we've been in February for a year already. Okay. But anyway, yeah, but I agree. I think this is timely for us. So, hi everyone. I know you're still popping in, but hello, I see you. So blessed that you're here with us. Whether you're chatting or just kind of in the background, thank you for being here. Now, if you go ahead and pop in the questions now, and I'll just star them as we go through. And if you have questions in regard, like asking your guides how you can do February, go ahead and pop that in, and I'll star them, and we'll try to get to some of those at the end. But without further ado, Jason, should we just dive in?
sure.
Kind of got personal, Rebecca. Kind of how we can get through this month. Okay, and it is getting. I do feel we are. This is a wonky month. I mean, it has been a wonky month. It's going to continue to be a little wonky as we adjust and to whatever these first 2 months brought in. Rebecca's all, thank God, I'm sick of politics. So I'm going to just get started, and
Okay.
but I do feel that. And Jason, I don't know. Do you? Okay, I'll get to that then. I know I'm a little all over the place. Bear with me, you guys. I'll get this. It's been a wonky morning. And so this week, so I'm going to look at it kind of week to week. So this week, what we can look forward to is if you're feeling tired, take a nap if you can. Just take care of yourselves. Take extra care of yourself this week. Listen to your body, your mind, your spirit. It's a little bit of a battle weary feeling. Rebecca, thank you. Blessings to you. Very grateful. So it has a battle weary feel to it this week. And I know it's Monday and I woke up battle weary. I woke up like I'm tired today and I feel like crying today and I feel battered. I feel like already I'm battle weary and there's nothing for me. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa, what is
Mhm.
happening? So I listen to that. And so I go, okay, well, here's the energies today. So let's take a look. And so I always start my day, and I say, uh, like today, I visualize a circle that I'm going to be stepping into when I get up. And so I'll say, I'm stepping into my circle of joy, finding joy today, uh, most benevolent outcome for the day. I'm grateful, those types of positive that I'm stepping into this circle. Um, because I wake up looking like this. And this is one of the cards for this week. I wake up going, oh my God. And so I have to be intentional because I am the most grumpy waker upper ever. You see those people that they're smiling, they jump up, and I have to be intentional about that. And so I do. And so it's just kind of like one of those, if I drink coffee every day, I have to be intentional about how I get out of bed.
I used to be really, 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 really bad morning person especially when I was a kid, and my mom was like, how are you this morning? All chipper and cheery, and it's like I didn't. Yeah, it was. I still kind of feel that, and I don't know why.
So the grumpy morning.
The grumpiness. It's like I need time to wake up.
Then trust me, Jason, it'll change your life if you are intentional about stepping into that circle or whatever. Create whatever you want. I create like a vortex circle thing that I'm stepping into, and this is my intention for the day. It really does change my attitude in the morning. It's very helpful. People used to stay away from me in the morning because they're like, well, here she comes. I don't know what type of work I do all night long, but by the time I'm done, I'm like, fuck this, man. Okay, so I have to be intentional. Anyways, the week we're looking at, okay, I'm missing all the, I forget you can't star. Okay, sorry, you guys, I'm pausing because I missed. Okay. All right. All right. I asked for people to write their questions, and then I totally didn't even. I was so into my story. But people are saying, yeah, the battle weary. Other folks here are feeling it too.
I think more and more that it's common knowledge that we have other things that we do while we're sleeping. Kind of makes it a little bit more.
I feel Jason and I have the same job. We must have to clean toilets all night or something.
Yeah, galactic toilets are not pretty.
Because we wake up like in a really okay. So just be aware of that. So take time. It's also a really good time for healing this week. That rest time. If you need to stay in and stay to yourself a little bit, do that. By the end of the week, though, we're looking at the Day of Love, intentional love. How wonderful is it that we get to celebrate and really focus on the energy of love? And I know a lot of, when you look at Valentine's, no, let's take that back. It's a day that we get to focus just on the energy of love, and that's the highest vibration. Let's go for it. Just step into the energy of love and let it encircle you. But we have that coming in here at the end of the week, and you have that Lovers card coming in. So that's this week. Do you want me to do all 3 weeks, Jason, and then just hand it over to you?
however you want. I found it interesting because I'm not a bah humbug Valentine's Day person, but I drew some cards before today or before this, and I was like, okay, well, I guess the beloved card.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
So it was kind of weird because I was like, well, this seems kind of cliche because Valentine's is 2 days away. But the card, it's much more. It's deeper than finding your spirit, soulmate type thing. It's also about reuniting with yourself and being in love with yourself.
Yes, it's really
Yeah.
It's a beautiful interconnective connecting in with your higher self card. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's funny. Okay. So next week, you guys, let's take a look at that. Things are going to, you're going to feel more connected in with yourself, with your mind, body, spirit. Things are starting to smooth out. We're starting to adjust to this new energy that that in the shift or whatever you want, however you want to say it, it's happening. We're going to start adjusting to that, and we're going to feel more empowered. And that's next week. So this is that adjustment and feeling more empowered on top of things. And also be aware of not only your intuitive self. Listen, be aware of that intuition. That also is going to be part of that's really coming to light. That's really, that veil is thinning, but we're going to, towards the end of the next week, that's going to be more evident, using that intuition, being aware of that and going, oh, I never used to, see orbs, and now I'm seeing orbs or whatever. Things are going to start happening like that. Also, I heard from my team, be aware of the illusions and delusions that either the news stations or narratives coming at us next week. So just, again, going to your intuition with that. But be aware of something like that also next week, some kind of delusions there. Okay, and then the last week of February, looking good at the beginning of the week, we have a feeling of joy, coming together, like-minded, just a good higher vibration feeling there. But be aware of the roller coaster the last week of February. So you might be really up, but then something might go down. And another thing that came in for the last week is try to not try to stay away from old patterns that didn't work for you, that don't serve you. Don't allow old patterns to come in that don't serve you with the roller coasters. Okay, but it's going to be the end of February is just bringing in a good nostalgic feeling, but just be aware of that, not allowing old patterns to come in. So that is kind of what I got for the rest of the month. Rebecca's like eating chocolate for breakfast. I think that's a good pattern. I'm not sure.
I guess the biggest. The changes, I think things are.
Oops.
And I don't really work by weeks. It's just, I guess it's more.
Oh yeah, no, you didn't. Go ahead. Because I worked it out that time that way this time.
it is the self-love thing, and I do know that, you know, there is the soulmate type aspect to like that beloved card. I know that just from other sources that, you know, they don't want us to always focus on that because there may be ways in which we do have a soulmate but we're not supposed to meet. So, you know, really if you find yourself falling into the feeling of why don't I have someone, or blah blah blah, there might be a really good reason why. And I'm not saying there's some people that are supposed to be alone, but just that's when the self-love is so important to come in. So, you know, reuniting with the self and everything. So I kind of wanted to re-support that. There's a lot of angel stuff.
Okay, yes, you want to hit. Come on in here. This is good.
Yeah. And the funny thing, and is how we kind of started talking about, like, I don't really ask for things in the hypnosis sessions that I do, and then things come through, and it's like, oh, okay.
Oh.
Because I guess I've never really gravitated towards the angel thing. I don't want to say angel thing, but angels, it's just not something that I've identified greatly with, but it seems like they're stepping forward a lot now. And I think that it's the reassurance that, including this time right now with energies, it's going to be difficult, and it's going to get more difficult, but that we are so supported in so many ways, and just having faith that they are there is one of the biggest messages for right now. And that we're not alone. And you're not alone. And so it's, even if you are seeing it's come through the whole butterfly, we're going through a period where everything's kind of melting down and things are disintegrating and relationships are disintegrating for the higher good. And so they just really want us to see what we're going through now as this kind of meltdown, not meltdown, but, you know, deconstruction, so that we can come out like a butterfly. But, you know, more symbolically.
Busting out our cocoon.
The intuition that you brought up, I think, is important too. It's revealed to me that there are beings, and this has actually come through a couple times, that there are beings who are actually responsible for creating the energetic veils that we all wear. This was really cool for me to learn about. Because, you know, we always talk about the veil, like, you know, seeing through the veil, or I kind of gravitated to one recently I heard where it was, you know, our veils in our heart, and it's just a matter of opening up our hearts. But this is about, they're making it very well aware that we do all have these veils that we need to, it's time for us to take them off. And it's a matter of just raising vibrations high enough and keeping our vibrations high that allows us to just take it off. And the conversation I had was, we don't realize how easy it is to actually take that off. And it's just a matter of, you know, the joy and the love and everything else. So I just kind of wanted to bring that forward. Goal setting is another thing.
Bring it into our perception. You've just given us you've opened our perception a little bit here with that. So
yeah,
that's so cool. I have the chills all over. I mean like,
yeah, it is, because it's just like, they said this is the time for us to start taking off our masks, I guess is the best way to put it.
Okay.
The goal setting is also really important this month. Which has to do with magic with a K. That we're in a time right now where we need to be focusing and staying focused, because there's a lot of distractions going on right now.
Okay.
including radio, whatever else messages that we're receiving, it's getting to be a very confusing time. And it's a matter of, we just need to really focus on ourselves, that it's not the time to be spreading out our energies in 40 different places, that we need to set goals and actually stay focused and work towards those, because we are in this vibration now where everything is, we can manifest a lot easier now. So those of you who might practice manifestation techniques or not, they're just goals. Just being clear on where you're going and what direction that you want to take, and not sacrificing or settling or compromising. And this isn't about necessarily relationships. It could be, but it's more about this isn't the time to get distracted in a lot of different directions. Picking one thing and doing it and following it through.
Don't pick 5 clubs. Just
Yeah.
I kind of like plants, and I kind of like animals, and I kind of like to do this, and I wanted to learn to sew, and I want to hone it down, hone that down. Right.
You know, I'm one of those ones where it's like I have so many interests, I don't know where to focus. And then I start getting into something, and then it's like, you know, and I hop around and stuff, and they're just kind of explaining this is going to happen in different ways for us. So it's really, even if it's a matter of, you know, being indecisive and waiting for other people to make decisions for you, or making a decision based on what other people decide, they're like, this isn't the time to do that. This is the time to really start standing up for what you need and your needs, and not trying to sacrificing your needs for those of others, or sacrificing your own beliefs or intuitions for others. So let's see.
Prince Charming's gone. So it's okay that I drove through Dunkin' Donuts earlier. 100%. Donuts are spiritual. Yeah, you're right, Kimberly. Donuts are spiritual. Yeah, you know what I'm hearing with that as well, Jason, what I'm getting is there's so much noise to keep us distracted in all these different directions. And so maybe it's just kind of literally, you know, toning that down, the distractions down, because if we're opening up that heart space more, it would be important to be able to not have all that noise.
Yeah, and I can't help but thinking, and this comes through a lot, is, you know, even though there was a lot of negatives about COVID, as I'm coming off the heels of COVID, but there is actually a spiritual reason why we all went through that, and it was, we learned a lot about prioritizing and what matters and what's important.
Quiet and
quiet and isolation, and you know, and I think there's not a warning, but it's like we're kind of forgetting because it's in the past now, but those lessons that we learned are actually there for a reason, and we need to be using those and putting those in place. Which relates to another thing, karma. Karma is not punishment, but the choices that we make now, you know, we're trying to become, all of us are trying to become karma free. You know, no debt free, everything else. And it's come through that we just have to be very aware that even, you know, what we might think might be innocent choices or choices that we don't make for ourselves can also create more karma. You know, example is you decide to overlook the way that you're treated by somebody because you love them, or it's really not the time to do that.
Okay.
So I guess
So
that's
now describe karma. What do you see karma as? Like, can you break that down for us?
yeah, they say that our general Western conception is really skewed. They say that we've really taken it to the nth degree. It's not about reward and punishment, and it's not just, it's not. I mean, it does manifest ways in which it's more of a rebalancing of energy. So if you do, have not necessarily the best lifetime, or not necessarily make a choice that's for the highest good, you will have to kind of pay that back. But it's not a punishment. It's just it's the scales have to
So it's a balance thing.
Yeah.
I also, to add to that, I feel like you reap what you sow. So if you put energy towards something, right, you're going to get back what you put toward. You know what I mean? So that's where that. That's how am I wrong with that? I don't feel that that's a punishment thing. I think whatever energy, if it's a positive, if you put towards something positive, that's, you're reaping what you sow. So if whatever you're reaping into, that's what life is going to produce in you or around you, right?
Yeah, right.
So that's not because I agree with that. I don't feel like there's a punishment thing here with this. I think that it's just whatever you put in, it's gonna, that's what's coming back. So if you put a lot of hate and anger, that's what, guess what? You're going to get a lot of news and people and like all that with the hate and anger, right? So reaping what you sow.
Yeah.
Lisa says, my mom used to say that all the time, David. Oh.
A lot. I mean, one of the things that we're all supposed to be doing is working on karma. There are a lot of beings here now that are actually, they came in as part of their agreement. They volunteered to come here to help with everything, and they are immune to karma. Which I've met with a couple of people that it comes through like they're immune to karma. It doesn't mean that they can run out and rob a bank, but it just means that they don't have to worry about making certain connections on the earth plane. But all of us who are here now are really trying to work through this and release and not create more karma. And so it's the goal setting and really getting your needs met and understanding that, moving forward with that and focusing on that is part of where they want us to go right now.
Yeah. Okay. I love everybody's comment, Melissa. I love everybody's comments about this situation. Karma is complex. Consequences is a part of it. Yeah, so I mean, whatever you put it, so it could be really positive if you're putting energy into cream and sugar. Guess what you're getting? Ice cream. So but yeah.
Yeah, but like you did, I wrote about this seems to be old beliefs falling away. This has been the past couple of months. Getting past your own limitations, pushing yourself. Being of service to others is important now. Which again, this is part of the forgetting with COVID. It's like, how can we continue those ways in which you may or may not have, been of service and helping others? Because they keep talking about lessons and putting our lessons into practice. And so I just, I never really thought of COVID that way, but it's like we're supposed to be putting some of that we learned, where you put your attention and what's your priorities and things like that.
Yeah.
Donuts in the morning or
yeah.
guess that's pretty much what I have for now.
Well, that's beautiful. And the best thing is that, I mean, a really good reminder is that we do have that angelic realm right here to assist and help and hug. I've literally asked my guardian angel to give me a hug. I'm like, I need a hug right now. I literally can feel the tingles on my head. I can feel that hug, literally from the tingles. So when I ask, I don't know, I don't want to, I don't want to bother them. But sometimes I need that hug, and I can feel the hug, and they are there literally to assist and help us. So that's a beautiful word for us as we move forward, and utilize the guidance that we have. See, that's one of the lies of the world, that you're alone, and doomed. Like, no, that's actually the opposite. So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Jason, and thank you everybody for the additions. So let's dive into some of these questions. We have some questions to look at here. I'm going to pick up my cards for the weeks here, so we can clear the space. But this will be good. All right. All right, Lisa, we're starting with you right at the top. Please, what do I need to do to get through February? Oh my God. Lisa, honey, I'm right there with you, babe. Oof. All right. But we got this. We got this. Let me think. The next one. Okay. And then she says, I guess I really need to ask, what do my guides want me to know about February? I think the first wave was good too. All right. Okay. Lisa. I feel like okay, this may be metaphor, Lisa, but hopefully we can figure out kind of where it's going. But it's like, let's choose a different route, or let's, usually, okay, this is a metaphor. Usually when I make macaroni and cheese, I bake it. This time they want you to broil it. I don't know. You know what I mean? So doing something shift. I guess it's more kind of maybe letting go of some of that, what you hold on to as this is the only way type feel to it. So wherever that resonates, this is metaphor. So that means somewhere in on your path, they want you to kind of release this strict way and be open to you're still making the macaroni and cheese, but you're just doing it slightly different, and see how that kind of opens up your heart a little bit.
The first thing I wrote down was being overstimulated, which is kind of yeah.
So, like, do you mean like having 10 TVs on and
yeah,
type of feel?
Say maybe it goes along with the lines of distracting yourselves and just getting by and living day to day just to stay alive versus actually living, if that makes sense. and I guess, I wrote down words that followed being the feelings of, or the effects of being overstimulated would be feeling weak and feeling like a prisoner, and the just getting through the day every day. So I think that your team just is wanting you to kind of not hibernate. I just heard that, but kind of step back and recuperate and rejuvenate, and think of different ways to do that. That macaroni, I think, was like, we keep making the macaroni the same way over and over and over and over again, and then we think, it's okay, but it's food.
It's food.
How can you do it like your spirit team wants you? It's like, how can you do this differently so it's great and you love it? It's the patterns, releasing old patterns.
Right, because we think what we've created is something safe, and I'm used to this, and so I don't have to change. I don't, changes. I don't like change, but actually this, and it's slight. It's a slight change because it's still macaroni and cheese. You're just doing it a little different, and it just really opens up. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Don't let macaroni and cheese be comfortable.
That's hard.
I just thought of comfort food, and then it's like, don't be comfortable.
100% most comfort food ever. Oh my God, I live on macaroni and cheese. All right. So, yeah. Melissa says the best way to do mac and cheese is to buy it from a restaurant. There you go. That's a little different than baking it yourself. So yeah, I did throw some cards. Are you done, Jason?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So basically, letting go and stepping into the new. So there's still letting go. This doesn't serve you anymore. So let go and step into that new. You got this. Look at you going forward. You're Knight of Swords and Knight of Wands. So taking direct action, being confident. This is adventurous, and it opens up beautiful opportunities for you. This one little shift, seriously, this new abundance in all areas of your life, not just financial. So yeah, that is February for you, Lisa, in a nutshell. Please, God, please.
Eat lots of mac and cheese.
And
enjoy
your mac and cheese, Lisa. All right. You are welcome. Hugging you, Lisa. Thank you for all your moderating and stuff. Thank you. All right. Okay. I just like this. It wasn't a question. Melissa says, I have a portal in my house. Things disappear and never show up again. I dropped my tweezers last week and they hit the floor and they were just gone. What are your thoughts on that?
It sounds like Poltergeist. That movie where they would throw the tennis ball.
Right, Nelson's like, where did it go? So that's interesting. So Lisa has a portal in her dryer. Yeah, so
is that where all the socks go?
The socks go. But all seriously, Melissa, if you feel there's a portal such as that, is it something you want to close, or do you feel like it's benevolent? That would be my question. But anyway, it's very interesting.
Huh.
Okay. Oh.
I have heard you can ask for them to be moved.
Oh yeah, you can move the portal or close it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because there's like a lot of portals that are moved because we're not supposed to walk through them. It's kind of like the trapdoors on the way. yeah, that's a whole other story. But yeah, if you feel not threatened, but if it makes you uncomfortable, I mean, I can't imagine having one in your house. The energy would be just off the charts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would think there'd be more energy that you're seeing. It sounds like poltergeist, but those hang out with adolescents, and the youngest person in my house is 55. Okay. Yeah, interesting. All right, Rebecca. Um, I have a question about my son, and he feels sick too. Will he move out to Colorado? Okay, so can you clarify the question for us? Rebecca said, "I need a portal when I clean my house." Um, there you go, Melissa. Yep. So Rebecca, will he move to? I'm just going to check and see if he may move to Colorado. He wants to on some levels, but then my guides are showing with there's like a ball and chain on his leg, kind of holding him down in place. Not that someone is a ball and chain. He just there's something in his thought process, or it might not even be conscious. That's kind of holding him back. Oh, there you go. That's the ball and chain. My son has chronic fatigue, and he has been talking about moving to Colorado. Okay, that's the ball and chain. That's the thing that's holding him down, is that chronic fatigue. Okay. It's good for him to talk about this, though. I'm really getting like, talk about it, like allow that energy to grow and build in him. He is in Chicago. He needs to talk about it, build it up, continue to build that energy to become bigger than the ball and chain. Do you see anything from me?
I can't. I'm getting like past life. Sorry, this is taking me a second.
Yeah, no, because you're going
like past lifetime something. It's almost like going out. So this is going to be kind of the metaphor, I guess. It's going off to battle without really knowing what you're trying to win, is what I'm getting. And I think this was the the lifetime that he had in the past, where he's wearing himself out because he's fighting a war that he really doesn't know who he's fighting. And it could be the environment. I feel like it's an environment around him. Like, is he fighting, the career, or just that location in Chicago, or it's just, he needs to figure out, and he might not even need to be fighting it in the first place. So I'm not really, it's almost as though the lifetime he didn't know who he is fighting until afterwards, and he really wouldn't have gotten involved in the first place. So that might be part of the fatigue, is he's still fighting these wars, but not really going anywhere with them. So I really, I feel like moving would be good for him, just to be able to get away from that and recharge and reset and not be in the battleground, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And I feel the same way. I feel like this would be really, really great for him if he did make this move, if he was able to do that. I think it would open that up. But again, it's still a little bit, because he's still fighting that battle. He's still, as he tries to look to the future, he's still fighting that battle. and it's causing depression and this fatigue and so forth. But yeah, if he moved, it would be, if he does choose to do that, he has all the capability and to do it. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sending him lots of love and light, and I wonder if some past life work with him would be beneficial.
I don't. Maybe. I mean, that just popped in. So,
Oh, that's
but
interesting.
sometimes just even having the knowledge, like if you don't necessarily have to know the whole lifetime, it's just
Yeah, just knowing, okay, oh, this is what it is. It kind of relieves it. I know.
because
Yeah. So
it
cool.
kind of makes it's like, oh my god, that's why I'm so tired because like,
Yeah,
I've been fighting for a really long time and I still
I
haven't
know.
stopped.
Right? Yeah. All right. Lorraine, I wanted to look at this one real quick. I know it just popped in. I think there is a port, since we were talking about portals. She says, I think there is a portal in the basement of my office building. Whenever I go down there, I feel dizzy. You have dead people in your building. That is literally walking into the thick of it. And you kind of feel disoriented and like the dizzy comes on. That is literally ghost. Just say hi next time.
Bring some sage with you.
And drink some sage. They're probably fine there. Lorraine, what type of building do you work in? Every time, Lorraine, I know. Every time, because that's where they are. They stay there. They stay down there in the basement. Yeah. Okay. Raquel had made a statement here. Once a week, I wake up in a dreadful bad mood. Then, as the day wears, things kind of iron themselves out. Yeah, I think we do stuff in the night, and it just I don't know. So interesting. All right, did that one. All right, Maggie. Maggie, are you still here? 15-story building by the beach. Okay. Hi, Maggie. What signs should I look out to know that I'm connecting with my guides? Okay. Maggie's here, Southern California. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Um, so I, I, I sense, I feel. So I feel that you are, Maggie, that you are what's a filler? Someone who feels empath. And you're an Aries. Okay. And I feel that as an empath, you're going to feel something. Like you'll feel it like you may feel like a pressure or whatever. You'll feel something. Impact. Thank you, Lorraine. You're on it. Yeah. So I think that would be the initial jump in for you. So you know that you're connecting in by a feeling, or you'll I'm going to throw cards, but go ahead.
I'm getting a sense you're more in contact with them than you think you are. It's just that we get we let our human side take over, and it's, I think that just the very reason why you're asking the question is because you already are, and it's just that you're doubting yourself. I was wondering, ringing the ears, I don't know, maybe if that might be something you experience. If that's case, that might also be, they're like yelling in your ears, so that might be something to watch out for. But if anytime you question it, like, was that my guide, just answer the question for yourself and say yes. So because I can tell you, we get in our heads too much, and even when, and especially I think when it comes to spirit guides, we think that they're this elusive, like, not in your face type. Well, no. We feel like we don't connect with them, but there are ways in which you do. It's just a matter of trusting yourself. Oh, ears ring all the time. Yeah. Yeah. Just make an agreement. I'm going to start listening. If you can turn it down a bit, especially if it's really loud. I know it irritates some people because it's so loud.
Okay, so so I feel like there's some because of some of your experiences, however, they have made some contracts, or not conscious contracts, but something to kind of shut it down. But you're stepping into it now. You're breaking free from all that. You're letting go of anything, Maggie, that has kind of held you back from this. And I do feel that this is going to be opening up so strong for you, and it's going to be very evident that your guides are there and you're hearing from them. But you can break it down. You can, when your ears are ringing, say hello and go, I know you're here. Okay, so should I sit down and write something, or how should I do? What are you feeling in your body? Are you happy? Are you sad? Like, check on all those things coming in. But this is breaking through for you. And I love the Queen of Cups. She is the biggest empath of all. So that's great. Yeah. So beautiful. Okay, and so back to Lorraine, because we can do that. Lorraine says, "What are they trying to communicate with me?" I'm not sure I'm not sure that they are communicating, but you can just say hi and let them know that you know that they're there if you want. I think more of the dizzy feeling that you're feeling is you're literally walking through them. You're walking through the energy that's there, the imprint or whatever, the energy of. You're literally walking through an energy, so it makes you dizzy. That's what I'm getting. Are you getting anything different from that?
I keep feeling like part of it's residual, so I don't know if even
that's the imprint. That's the
imprint. Like they wouldn't even be aware of you. It's just,
yeah, it's more, yeah, like that imprint feel. Mm-hmm. Was this once a burial ground? Oh, I don't know.
Oh, was this once a burial ground?
I get more like a.
I almost want to say accident, like something happens,
okay.
Like it was workers. There was some accident, but they're. I feel like it was fire, but I don't know.
Yeah, some kind of trap feeling to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was a mass trauma or collective trauma. That's partially why you might be, you're experiencing the dizziness, because there is all that is trapped there.
Interesting. Anyways, okay. All right, got that one. What time? Oh, we have time. Another one. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, Hazy Days wants to know how does one find out about classes and how to become a QHHT practitioner.
The QHHT official website, QHHTofficial.com. They have information there, and yeah, I mean, also reading books like Dolores Cannon's books. I feel like in some ways reading her books taught me a lot more than just the classwork teaches, the courses teach you how to do the technique and everything else, but I think there's a certain amount of awareness and learning that Dolores Cannon went through in terms of just, they took her like baby steps throughout her whole career, starting with the fundamentals and getting more and more complex. And so I think that education she got was, it's extremely necessary and helpful if you want to become, well, not all practitioners have read all of her books, but I don't regret one bit. Of course, I read most of them before I even knew
Right.
become a practitioner.
Of course.
When I found out, I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!"
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, Hazy Days. If you haven't, dive into her books. I mean, they're fabulous. I listen to them on tape. We don't listen to books on tapes anymore. Oh my gosh. You guys know what I mean. All right. Ness. I love it. She always asks for a rapid card pull. So we have to do this quick.
Okay.
I love it. Weird energy thing happened to me yesterday. Curious your read about it. So just a weird energy thing that happened yesterday. This is interesting what I'm seeing here. It's almost like, oh my gosh, Jason, you're going to have to help me out with it. I mean, you can tell me if I'm crazy, but I have to go with what I'm being shown. I've never seen this before, but I'm seeing like this tear in the veil, and someone coming out and tapping on the shoulder and then going back through the tear and it closing, like in the energy field, or I don't even know what that would be. I'm just, oh, weird. Anyways, that's what I was seeing. Is there such a thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I've heard, yeah. There, okay. It's like, I know that there's different, yeah. There's different. This kind of goes back to the portal thing. I know that there's portals that can open and close, and then there's also portals that are just more like windows where you can, you look in through them, and then there are those that open at will. So,
yeah, because it's not open, it's not closed, but it was a tap. Okay. Anything else you might be saying? Yeah, Lisa, peekaboo. Is Ness still here? I don't know if she's even still here. Anyways, I do. I got the judgment card. This is total where they, that, look at that tear in the card. Look at the opening in the sky and that eye coming through and tapping. And then I got the high priestess. Intuitive.
I don't know if I'd want to see a big eye looking at me too. Yeah, that would be.
Ness, and I don't know that she's still here, but anyway, yeah. But I don't feel like it's bad. You know, here we have the 10 of Cups and the 4 of Wands coming in. I feel like it's kind of a reunion type feel to it, where it's like, remember who you are type of feel. But I don't know. Interesting.
I felt something like library, great library. I don't know how that would connect. I don't.
Library.
It's the reunion aspect, like don't forget that you can come here. Don't forget, and this is your time to remember. Tap tap.
Tap tap. Yeah, and I don't see Ness anymore, but we can let her know that we did her. She'll come back and see it. But yeah, interesting. Tap tap. All right, Ness. Let us know your thoughts on that when you come back and watch that. Let us know. Well, you guys, thanks for hanging out with us today. A couple of reminders. Remember, we are butterflies.
Butterflies who like macaroni and cheese.
Who like macaroni and cheese. Just a different way. All right. So take that forward into the month, and whenever you feel wonky, just remember that you're a butterfly that eats macaroni and cheese cooked a different way. Okay, and it's gonna pull you right on out of any wonky feeling. Right? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Jason. So we'll see you guys all in a few weeks again to look at March. So keep your eye out for that. We're giving you all big hugs. Thank you for your support, Lisa. Thank you, and Gina, for the moderating.
Yes, thank you.
And, love and light to you, and we'll see you on our respective channels.
Yeah.
Jason, where can they find you?
It's at Discover Your Light on YouTube.
At Discover Your Light.
Mm-hmm. No periods, no capitals, just all one.
I'll put that in the description.
Yeah.
At Discover Your Light. And Rebecca says drink tequila, and Kimberly says donuts. Sounds good to me. Love you guys. See you guys next time.
Bye.